Hello guys, welcome to the channel Let's Study. Today I am going to explain you about the structure of cell and what is cell made up of. So first I'll explain you structure of cell. See, the shape and size of the cell is related to the specific functions they perform. Cells are found in different shapes and size depending on the functions they have to perform. In some cases, the cell shape could be fixed or peculiar. Like example, like muscle cell or nerve cell. Muscle cell like this. This is muscle cell and this is nerve cell. See, these are the examples of nerve cell. These are the examples of cell which could be fixed or peculiar in some cases. So, why this nerve cell is branched and long means because they have to pass messages. Why these muscle cells are spindle? As they have to contract and relax. Right? See, there is a division of labor. You know, students, what is division of labor? Like different parts of our body perform different functions. Similarly, human body has a heart to pump blood, stomach for digestion. In this case, similarly, the division of labor is also seen within the single cell. And each cell having its special components called cell organelles. Cell organelles is very, very important. Each cell organelles perform a different functions. What? Cell organelles. See, each cell organelles perform different functions of making new materials and new materials and clearing up old materials and so on. A cell is able to live and perform all its function because of this cell organelles only. See, what is division of labor means? Each living cell has the capacity to perform certain basic functions that are characteristics of all living forms. And how does living cell performs these basic functions means? We know that there is a division of labor in our body, means in multicellular organisms such as human beings. That means the different parts of the human body performs like different function. Similarly, division of labor also seen within a single cell. Each such cell has got certain specific components which is known as cell organelles. Each kind of cell or cell organelles perform a special functions such as making new materials in the cell and clearing up waste material from the cell and so on. Okay. That is division of labor. Now I am going to explain you about what is cell made up of. Made up of. What is cell made up of? See, cell has special components called organelles. Cell has special components called organelles. The cell is made up of three components. First is plasma membrane. Second is nucleus. And third is cytoplasm. So, I'll explain you about first plasma membrane. What is plasma membrane? Plasma membrane, it is the outermost covering of the cell and separates plasma membrane. Nucleus and cytoplasm. See, what is plasma membrane means? It is the outermost covering of the cell and separates cell contents from its environment. Okay? This is the outermost covering of the cell and separate the contents of the cell from its environment. It is also called selective permeable membrane as it allows only a few substances to move in and out of the cell. Means the plasma membrane allows entry and exit of some materials in and out of the cell, and it prevents movement of some other materials inside the cell, and therefore called selective permeable membrane. It won't allow to enter any foreign body. Okay, means cell contents from its the plasma membrane allows entry and exit of some materials in and out of the cell. It prevents movement of some other materials and therefore called selective permeable membrane. Okay. See students, selective permeable membrane is clear to you now? Okay. Now I'll explain you about the diffusion and osmosis in plasma membrane. See, I'll explain you about the diffusion and osmosis. Movement of gases and movement of water. See, here what happened? Gases move in and out of the cell by a process called diffusion. Diffusion, what happened? Gases moves in and out. Gases moves in and out of the cell by a process called diffusion. Okay? In diffusion is movement of particle from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Right? Movements of particles from a higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Whereas movement of water means water moves in and out of the cell by a process called osmosis. Water moves in and out of the cell by a process called osmosis. Whereas movement of gases in and out of the cell is called diffusion, and movement of water in and out of the cell is called osmosis. Okay. See, osmosis is the movement of water molecule from the region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration through semi-permeable membrane. Right? Okay. Whereas in diffusion, movement of particles from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Whereas in osmosis is the movement of water molecules from a higher concentration to a lower concentration through semi-permeable membrane. See students, what will happen if we put animal cell or a plant cell in a sugar or salt solution. See, what will happen if we put animal cell or plant cell in a sugar or salt solution? Let's see. First is hypotonic solution. Second is isotonic solution, and third is hypertonic solution. Okay. See, what happen if we put this animal cell or plant cell in a sugar or salt solution? Means three things could be happen. First is hypotonic solution, second is isotonic solution, third is hypertonic solution. What is hypotonic solution? Means the medium surroundings the cell has a higher water concentration than the cell. Here higher. See, remember this as a hypo means higher. What the medium surroundings the cell has a higher water concentration than the cell outside the cell. solution, the solution is very dilute. So the cell will gain water by osmosis. Just now I have explained you about what is osmosis, movement of water molecules from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. Okay, so hypotonic solution means the medium surrounding the cell has a higher water concentration than the cell. Outside the solution is very dilute. In isotonic solution, medium has exactly same water concentration as the cell. Same. Isotonic means same water concentration as the cell. It's called isotonic solution. What is hypertonic solution? If the medium has a lower concentration of water than the cell, is known as hypertonic solution. So you can remember as hypertonic higher, isotonic same, hypertonic lower. Okay, right? This clear about? Okay. See, I have just explained you hypotonic solution, isotonic solution, hypertonic. I told you about that when we put a plant cell or an animal cell in a sugar or salt solution, what will happen? So three things could be happen. See, in first condition, what happened? The cell swell up, okay, because of the higher concentration of water. And in second stage, isotonic solution, the cell will remain same size. And in third, because of the lower concentration of water, the cell will shrink. Right? Second component is nucleus. See, what is nucleus? Nucleus is the control center of the cell. Nucleus has a double layer covering called nuclear membrane. What? Nucleus has a double layer covering called nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane, it's the central control unit of the cell. Okay, in the nucleus, DNA, the genetic material of the cell, is present. In the nucleus, DNA, the genetic material is present. In the nucleolus, where is the genetic material is present? In the nucleolus. So nucleus has a double layer covering called nuclear membrane, and it is the control center of the cell. In the nucleus, DNA, the genetic material of the cell, is present in the nucleolus. The nucleolus is a dense region of RNA is present, which is the site of ribosome formation. What? In nucleolus is a dense region. It is a dense region. Nucleolus is a dense region of RNA. RNA is present, which is the site of ribosomes formation. Which is the site of ribosome formation. Okay. The nucleus determines how the cell will function as well as the basic structure of that cell. Right? Nucleus determines how the cell will function as well as the basic structure of that cell. So, this is the control unit of the cell. Third component is cytoplasm. What is cytoplasm? It is the fluid content inside the plasma membrane. It is the fluid content inside the plasma membrane. See, if this is plasma membrane, inside the plasma membrane is a, this is nucleus, is a fluid content called cytoplasm. Okay, this is plasma membrane. So it is the fluid content inside the plasma membrane. It is the medium for chemical reaction. This is the medium for chemical reactions. Functions like growth, cell expansion, and replication are carried out in the cytoplasm of the cell. Okay, functions like growth, cell expansion, replication is carried out in the cytoplasm of the cell. In cytoplasm, there is a little organ. In cytoplasm, there is a little organ called cytoplasmic organelles. Cytoplasmic organelles. Organelles called this little organ, cytoplasmic organelles, present inside the cell, okay, which performs definite structure and a specific role in functions of cell. Examples of cytoplasmic organelles are mitochondria. Examples of cytoplasmic organelles are mitochondria, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, and lysosomes. See what happened in cytoplasm. There is a little organ called cytoplasmic organelles, which are present in the cell, which performs definite structure and a specific role in the function of cell. Example of cytoplasmic organelles are mitochondria, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, and lysosomes. So, hope you guys will enjoy this. So, thanks for watching this video and subscribe to this channel. Let's see in next class.